this is find the exact value of. More than likely, it's using a calculator or otherwise, right? You don't need to waste any time working this. But CXC still wants to see you work this part first, right? Multiplication before addition and subtraction. Everybody clear there? So let me go and put back the 5 over 6 plus 2 over 3 minus, what would you get when you work out the brackets? Well, the brackets I put.
So 84 over 315, which equals 4 over 15.
4 over what?
15.
30? 1 5,
12
right?
over 35 multiplied by 7 over 9, right?
Yeah, that correct. So we go in. So there's only addition and subtraction. Now we can move from left to right. So let's do 5 over 6 plus 2 over 3. I do the minus 4 over 15 one time. And again, what's the final answer? You know how to work out these things? Dimitri, you know how to work out this on a calculator? Right. What we getting here? Yeah, final. 37 over 30. Somebody second, third, and fourth this.
Yeah, correct now.
37 over 30 or 1 and 7 over 30. Right? Anyone you have? Correct. Everybody good there? 2 marks in the bag, eh? 2 marks, eh? Let me work.
So I have a question there.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
The 5 over 6.
Right.
You reduce it 12 over 35.
No. That 5 over 6 is the 5 over 6 in the beginning here. Then you had the 2 over 3. And then we calculated 12 over 35 multiplied by 7 over 9 to get 4 over 15, right? Right, let's work. Come on. 1 minute. 1 minute. I'm plotting this out for you all, right? I'm plotting this out. On the calculator, you're pressing the square root symbol, right? Or some of you all, I think, is x squared. And then above the x squared, you'll see the square root, right? You press that, then you press 1. No, press open brackets first. Right? Open brackets, right? Then 1. Then press minus. Right? Then press cos 37. Close the bracket. Press the close bracket icon. Close the bracket. Then press to the second power. Wait. It's the cos 37 to the second bracket. To the second power, sorry. So you have to put this in brackets. Right? You have to put this. This is cos. But you have to put cos 37 in brackets. And then you're pressing x squared. Then you close the brackets. Right? Press equal and term again. So 3 decimal places.
.612. No, 602.
0.602.
602.
Somebody second this. All right? I'm going to write it a little bigger because, all right, that's so. $643. All right, we get some different answers. Let's run through it again. Playing people absent today, boy. All right. We run it again, right? The first thing you're pressing, we learn how to work this on our calculator, right? The first thing you are going to press would be your square root knob, right? Some people have, I believe some people have x squared, and then above that, you'll see a little square root. So you might have to press shift first, right? Shift. Okay, or second function, right? Second F, right? So you're pressing that first. Let me move this. Just so. Your calculator a little different, eh? That calculator he uses. Right. Next, you're going to open your bracket. Press open bracket. This, all right? Then you press 1. Okay, 1 minus number. Then you're going to open our next bracket here. Open our next bracket. Then you're going to put cos. There's a cos knob. right? Then press 37. Everybody's supposed to know what 37 is. Close this bracket and then press x squared. That's to get it squared, right? And then at the end now, we have to ultimately close the first bracket, right? Another thing, make sure your calculator is on DEG, right? Degrees. Yeah, make sure it is on DEG, otherwise you would not get the correct answer. Do that now and tell me what you get in here. Carl, same thing?
Yeah, so that's how I would go mine. I'll send you a picture.
Right, 0.602. Everybody good there? Let me check again now.
I get 0.601.
Right, I got you. Right, write 0.00527 in standard form, right? Standard form means you're multiplying by 10 to some power, right? What we need to do here, I tell students, once you could locate the first significant figure, right? What is the first significant figure in this decimal here? 5, right? So I want to move my decimal point to get it to the right of the first significant figure, right? Liam, lock in. We want to move this decimal point to the right of the first significant figure. So watch it. You're moving 1, 2, 3. Everybody good there? The decimal point coming here. This is your first significant figure, right? So this will be 5. You drop all these zeros before. 5.27 multiplied by 10 to the power of how many times you move your point? 3 times, but they're moving to the right. So that would mean that the power of 10 would be negative. Okay, this is my standard form here. Okay, listen to what I'm saying, get your decimal point to the right of your first significant figure. The amount of times your point move, and if it moves to the right, it will be negative, that power, right? See all these kind of things, right? Let's go. Harris works at a call center for 35 hours each week. He is paid at an hourly rate of $11.20. Calculate the amount of money Harris earns in a 4-week month, right? So let me work out for 1 week now. So I'll put 1 week. What are we doing to find out 1 week? 1 week's pay would be equal to 35 multiplied by 11.20. How much big man looking for in 1 week? 392, right? So for a 4-week month, how much big man looking for? Multiply by 4. So you get 1568, right? Everybody good here? Right? Scrolling down. I don't think I need to wait for anybody to copy here. Right? Let's go. In a certain week, Harris works 8 hours overtime. Overtime hours are paid at time and a half. 1.5 is time and a half. At time and 1.5 times the usual rate of 11.20 per hour. Find the total amount of money Harris is paid for that week, right? So what was the basic wage? What did he make for a basic week? So let's put it down here, right? It was 392, right? So you work 8 hours overtime. Let's find the overtime hourly rate. Everybody with me here? Hourly rate. How do I calculate my overtime hourly rate if it's time and a half? How are we getting? How much are you looking for in overtime per hour? The mixed number, press 1, press A and B over C, press 1 again, press A and B over C, and then press 2. Huh? Oh, that's for 1.5? Yeah. Yeah. In case if it's a different thing. Yeah. Correct. Yeah, correct. So 1.5 times 11.20, how much again? $16.80, right? That's the overtime hourly rate. So what would be his overtime wage? Overtime wage would be 16.80 $16.08 or $16.80 multiplied by how much hours big man make? 8. So what's his overtime wage? Now the question asks us is overtime wage. What they ask us for? Right, so total weekly salary would be equal to what then 392, which is what I make for a basic week, plus 134.40. How much you get in here? 526.40. Somebody second this down here and one person face to face answering.
No, correct, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir, correct.
Right. Rihanna, you getting through here?
Yes, sir.
Oh, let's get some cameras on now.
So I'm home right now and a Thanksgiving.
All right, no problem. Say some press on there. Yeah. Let's go. One minute because I struggle with algebra. I don't know why.
You can scroll up quick.
1 minute and then I start. Chiffon, talk to me there, bro.
Can scroll up quickly, please.
Scroll up here and see it. Let me see if I can make it smaller. Yeah, look at there. Oh, you still see now that's too small.
Yes, I got you.
Oh, you get you already, all right. Come on, 1 minute. Come on, for them today, boy. Chiva, $2 again. The X is cancelled. Men answered it already, so let me go. All right. X is cancelled. 5 into 15 would be 3. 4 into 16 would be 4. So not 3 over 2. Yeah, 3 over 4 is my final answer. Everybody good there? Anybody need any further explanation for this? Right, let's work. You see how the pace start to pick up? I tell you, after about 4 weeks of this, but we moving with gas. You work it like if it's unequal sign.
So
Right.
it would be the 12 plus 4 less than 5.
12 plus 4, you said?
Yeah.
How did 4 turn to plus?
Because when I move the M, I believe.
Oh, you move the M out, you can't do that. So, okay, we need to get all the M's on one side, right? You can't do it anyway. You can carry the 4M to the right, or you can bring the 8M to the left. I gotta bring the 8M here. Right? Is the whole 8M moving there, Ivana?
Oh, yeah,
And
so
then
there's
this-
a turn to a plus sign.
Right, and then this plus 12 will move here. That's the move
Yeah.
I'm making. So I put it back the minus 4M first. Okay?
Yeah.
Followed by minus 8M will become 1. Less than or equal to, put back the people 5. Right? Now plus 12 will become what when it goes to the right? Minus 12. So negative 4M plus 8M will be how much M? Less than or equal to 5 minus 12. Negative how much? 17. This is 5 minus. Yeah. Negative 7. All right. Then this 4. What are we bringing this 4 here and do?
Divided it by.
Right. So M, no, you're not flipping the sign. It's not a negative number we divide in here. This is positive 4. If it was negative 4, then you flip the sign, right? So this will be 7 divided by 4. If this was negative 4, it will change to greater than or equal to negative 7 over 4. Everybody good there? Talk it over again. Mn is 3x, right? And then Lr is x plus 3. So if I was to extend this line, right? What's something? If I was to extend this line, right? Say this line comes straight up here. And this whole line will be 3x. Huh? It was the whole line, but this piece is x plus 3. Right? So if the whole thing is 3x, and I want to find this piece here. 3x1. What would be 3x1? Proper thing. 3x, which is the full length, minus open bracket x plus 3. That's the only way to write that. Right? Everybody good there? Yeah? That's the answer.
I hate that question.
So this part was the unknown, right? Which is PQ. We know from here to here is x plus 3. The whole thing is 3x. So 3x minus x plus 3 would give me the remainder. Right? Now, it's just an expression they want. That's all they want. They don't need to do anything further. Yeah. So RQ would be this length here. The full length is 4x minus 5. This piece underneath here is x plus 1. So in order to get RQ, it will be 4x minus 5 minus open bracket x plus 1, which is exactly what I have here. If I was to simplify these things by, what number is understood in front of this bracket here? So this will be -1, right? So -1 by x and -1 by 3. -1 by x will be what by? -1x, or just -x, and then -1 by +3, and negative by positive is 1 3 is. So this can actually be reduced to be 2x minus 3. Everybody good there? PQ could be reduced to that, right? Now you don't need to reduce it, but I guess in here would have to reduce it for lower down, right? What number is understood in front there? 1 by x and 1 by positive 1, right? So this will be 4x minus 5. -1 by x will give me -x. -1 by positive 1 will give me. So RQ would be equal to 4x minus 1x is how much x? 3x. So it'll be 3x. -5 minus 1 will be -6. So this is PQ and RQ. Write it down, because I guess then you have to simplify it for whatever we have to do lower down. Right? So I just simplified one time. Okay, so we put RQ as 3x minus 6. We put PQ as 2x minus 3. So we have every length around that compound shape. Given that the total area of the shape is 414 centimeters cubed, show that x squared plus x minus 72 is equal to 0. So we're building it up, right? So we're going to build it up. There we go. Area, right? I done bust this in 2 already. So let me call here A, let me call here B, right? So we look at these two things separate. Area of A, we pull into the left. Area of A. Let me see you thinking. A is our what is? Area of a rectangle is what? Length multiplied by breadth. So what will be the length here?
X plus 3.
Our pelton. It could be x. It could be x plus 3. Yeah? Yeah, it could be x plus 3. Anyone could be the length. Anyone could be the breadth, right? So okay, I want to call the length x plus 3. What is the breadth now?
3x plus 6.
Oh, I thought somebody was going to tell me 4x minus 5. Yeah, 3x minus 6, yeah. Where you get plus 6 from, right? So we have this bad boy. I will call the longer side my length, right? 3x minus 6 is my length, and x plus 3 would be my breadth. Everybody get there? Okay? So if I had to do length multiplied by breadth, what multiplied by what would this be? What I'm multiplying? What multiplied by what? 3x minus 6 multiplied by x plus 3. I'm making this look like rockets or ants. Length, right on this, multiplied by width. Okay, so we said it's 3x minus 6 multiplied by x plus 3. Who remember how to do this kind of expansion, right? What we do next, sister?
So you have to multiply each term in the first bracket to each term in the second bracket.
Very good. Right? Or listen, the arrows there. So let me follow the arrows. Follow the arrows, Isaiah. Isaiah, what the first one going to be? 3x by x is what, Isaiah? Any one of the Isaiahs? 3x what? Boom. 3x squared, because it's 3x multiplied by x will be 3x squared. Followed by, this will be followed by 3x by x and then 3x by 9, just 9 plus 9. 9x. Excellent. Let's go. What next? Negative 6 by, which will give me?
Negative.
And negative 6 by 3, which will give me? Boom. Right? So this could be reduced to be 3x squared, 9x minus 6x to be how much x? Plus 3x minus 18. Right? So this here would be the area of A. Everybody good there? Tell me if you're not good enough, well, I need assistance with. Let me do the area of B right here. I believe B is a rectangle also. Length multiplied by, well, breadth or width or whatever you want to call it. Okay? So let go. Let me see if we can establish what my length and width are. Dimitri, what's my length and what's my width for B? Excellent. 3x multiplied by? Boom. This one is dog foodish. Right? 3x multiplied by x plus 1. Right? So that's 3x. So it will be 3x by x and 3x by 1. So 3x by x will be 3x. 3x multiplied by x. Oh, 3x squared. 3x multiplied by 1. Stage 1, car. Can I proceed to find an expression for the total area? Let me see you thinking. Res, sold up. Total area. Right? What we adding? 3x, I hear a man say then 3x plus 3x minus 18. What comes next? Boom. Boom. Right? This was the first area. This is A, this is B. I adding the two together. Now, once I add in, you don't really need to put no brackets, right? If you're minusing, you do. You do need to put brackets if you're minusing. So there you go. 3x plus 3x will be how much x? 3x squared. I put the x's together, right? Plus 3x, the x squared, sorry. And then you have 3x plus 3x minus 18. Right. What the total area will be? 6x squared plus minus, but they also told us that our total area, so this is your total area, right? They also said my total area is equal to 414, I believe. Am I correct here, Zaria? 414. Right? So we have an expression for total area. We have an amount for total area. So can I show this now? Can I show that x squared plus x minus 72 is equal to 0? You think I can show that now? What a form? After form an equation which can now be used. Right. After form an equation which can now be used to express that what they have above, right? So if your total area is this quadratic and then your total area is 414, I can equate the two. So I'm going to form an equation. So I can put therefore 6x squared plus 6x minus 18 is equal to 414. Why do we add Dimitri? Because I want this equal to 0. So what do you think I do with this 414? This excellent, brother. So this will be 6x squared plus 6x minus 18 minus 414 equal to, if I move the 414, what will remain on the right? Big fat 0, right? So let's work on that now. So I put the magnitude equals 6x squared, right? Yeah, I put the magnitude equals 6x squared. I put the magnitude equals 6x and negative 18 minus 414 as well. Equal to 0. But look what they want us to get it to look like. They want us to get it to look like this bad boy up here. So what can divide by? Huh? What can divide by? What can divide by here to reduce this? 2, 3, 6. Divide by 6, right? You divided everybody by 6, eh? Divide everybody by 6. Okay? So watch it. Divide here by 6, here by 6, here by 6, and here by 6. Everybody get there? 6 into 6 cancels, so what remain with? 6 into 6 cancels, so what remain with? 6 into 4, 32. And 6 into 0, 0 divided by anything else? Could I put my box now to indicate that it was shown?
Yep.
Let's go. Come pause here. When I look at this diagram, here, let me tell you what I see, right? I see that if here's 8.2, what here would be? That's the things I seen. I ain't even read the question yet. Eh? You know what I seen? I seen that this is your diameter. You all seen that? From A to C is your diameter. I seen that. Right? I seen you have an arc. You have going from A all the way to C. That's the things I'm seeing. So your diameter is a line that goes from one end of the circumference to the next and passes through the center. And if they say this is a semicircle, it means that the circle was cut in half. Right? Look, they put it up here. It's a semicircle. All that they put with diameter AC. They put with diameter. What is the geometrical name for the line AB? Anybody?
Align segment.
A line segment. It is a line segment, yeah. Whenever you get marks in that way, a line segment. You might get a mark, you know. But what with respect to the semicircle or respect to a circle, what AB would be? A, it has 47 people online. I had 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 children face to face. Length of the? Now the arc is the curve part of this. Somebody saying it, I hear it.
So a chord.
Chord. That's a chord. But let me put a definition here for you. Boy, write this in red. A chord is a line that goes from one end of the circumference to the next without passing through the center. So if it passes through the center, what it would be called?
Diameter.
Diameter. Yeah? Now I teach you these things. So your radius is half of your diameter, right? It is basically a line from the center of the circle to the circumference. That is. So in order to find the diameter, we start by stating the law that ABC is equal to 90 degrees, right? So let's write that. ABC is equal to 90 degrees, and the theorem that we activate here would be that angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. Anytime you have a triangle being formed of the diameter and the vertex touches the circumference, it's going to be a right angle triangle, right? So we just call the theorem angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees, right? Angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. Everybody good there? That's the first angle. That's the first theorem we're going to activate here, right? Now, if I have a right angle, I draw over the triangle here. We have the right angle up here, right? The diameter underneath here. Question. Which line here? This line is equal to this line, right? Here's 8.2. Here's 8.2 centimeters, right? Which line here would represent my hypotenuse? The line at the bottom, right? This is my hypotenuse. So I could use Pythagoras' theorem when we are dealing with 90-degree triangles, right? Or right angle triangles, okay? So Pythagoras' theorem states if you want to find the hypotenuse, which is A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared. B and C would be the other two sides, right? So I'm going to put it here, Pythagoras' theorem. So Pythagoras' theorem states that A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared, right? So A is the side we want to find, which is AC. That's the diameter. So AC squared, let me show you all it up here. AC is the side we want to find, which is the diameter, right? So AC squared will be equal to B, which is the other side, 8.2 squared plus 8.2 squared. AC would be equal to what? 8.2 squared plus 8.2 squared. 8.2 squared plus 8.2 squared.
Well, normally I would say 16.4 squared.
100 and? Right? Right. So, did the question ask us the hypotenuse squared? What do we need to do to find my AC here, my hypotenuse? What we need to do with the squared? What's the opposite of squared? Everybody knew that? AC is equal to the square root of 134.48. So AC will be equal to what? Where you getting there, sister? 11 point?
11.5, but I have 9 to 11.6.
11.59 what? 11.596. Right, so it'll be 11.6. Right? Because you're adding 1 to the 9, which will make it 10, which means you have to add 1 to the 6, right? And this will be centimeters. Okay? That's my diameter. So I can simply proceed to put, therefore, radius, my radius would be equal to 11.6 divided by 2, because it's half of the diameter. And what you'll get here? 11.6 divided by 2. 5.8 centimeters. That's my radius. Okay? That is my... So they said each interior angle of a regular polygon is 160, right? Calculate the number of sides in the polygon. So the formula we have is the sum of interior angles in a polygon, right? In any polygon. In any polygon would be equal to n minus 2 multiplied by 180, right? So our triangle is a polygon, right? A triangle is a polygon. So how many sides a triangle have? 3. So n will be the number of sides, right? Where, like put this here, where n is the number of sides. Right? So watch it. 3 minus 2 is what? 1. 1 multiplied by 180 would be 180. The 3 angles in a triangle add up to 180. Everybody agrees? If it's a square or a rectangle or any quadrilateral, right? 4 sides minus 2 would be 2. 2 multiplied by 180 is 360. The sum of all the interior angles in a quadrilateral would be equal to 360. Right? So they said each interior angle in the regular polygon is equal to 160. Right? So that means that n, I'm going to write it in blue. So this is the actual question here. So we activated this formula, right? N minus 2 multiplied by 180 would be equal to 160 multiplied by n, because the number of sides will also be the number of angles. So it's 160 by n, right? Each interior angle in the regular polygon is n, right? So we could do 160 by n. Do I need to put this multiplication sign here, guys? Huh? No, I can just put 160n. Everybody good there? Right. So let's simplify this side. Let's multiply. We need to form an equation and find n. That's what we're basically going to do here. Right? So watch it. It'll be 180 multiplied by n and 180 multiplied by 2. So 180 by n will give me what? 180n minus 180 by 2 would be 360 is equal to 160n. So what we could do here now, we want to find n. Could I fling this 160 here and fling this 360 here? Could I do that? I want to find n. So I basically need to get all the n's on one side. Right? So could we agree that this is plus 160 n? When it goes to the left, what it would become? Minus 160n is equal to 360. Right? 180n minus 160n will be how much n? How much? 20. We get 340 from big brother. Divided by 360. I want to find n. I want to find the number of sides in the polygon. What do I do here? Divide. I carry 20 here and divide. Only realizing like all the questions we did so far from our point is that equations and expressions, even into question 3. Equations and expressions. Form an equation, solve. Form an equation, solve. 360 divided by 20, Dimitri, where you get it? 360 divided by 20. Anybody? Zeros cancel. Where again? 18. Boom, bang. 18 sides. Right? But the most important thing is remembering this formula here, the sum of the interior angles. That's a popular formula now in CXC. Eh? Sum of interior angles is a popular formula now. They ask it a lot. That's all. The diagram below shows a trapezium. How many parallel sides a trapezium have? Just asking you some general questions about a trapezium. How many parallel sides does a trapezium have? 2. One pair of parallel sides, right? That will be here and here. And you have one perpendicular height. Everybody good there? Trapezium. Let me see what Mr. Question asking now. On the diagram above, draw the image A after it undergoes a reflection in the line x is equal to 1 and label that image A prime, and then a translation with vector 4, -7 and label that A double prime. So you know what's the first thing we want to do? What's the first thing we want to do here? Recreate. So I'm giving you 2 minutes to recreate quickly. Right, so figure out this. This is what we need to figure out. 2 minutes. Find a line for you. Okay, so I'm going to help you find the line, right? Reflection in the line x is equal to -1. Where would the line x is equal to -1 be, my children? A vertical line passing through who? Let's go. A vertical line passing through. I roll off the way. All right, that's how I'm going to draw it here. And then I'm going to shift it, right? It must pass through. Huh?
Not this.
No, that's a reflection on the y-axis. This here, my children, would be the line x is equal to -1. Ooh, I put 2. X is equal to -1. It's a vertical line, Isaiah, is that passes through the, you get? You get? All right. So it passes through this number here, -1. Vertical, right? Now if if it's a reflection in this line, where the reflection would be? Up, down, left, right, where? On the bottom? Reflecting is a mirror. This is a mirror, Sister Annalise. Right? So wait. We're going into the mirror. So let me put.
Sir,
Talk to me.
just excuse me for 5 minutes now, please.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Right. So watch it here. Everybody good here? This is the image, right? I don't need to draw all this thing. I just should know. It's like a mirror. So let me go. If this, we building it off at this point, right? So this point is 2 centimeters away from the mirror. So how much centimeters it will be on the other side? Same 2. 1, 2. So that point would be here, and you can build the image off at this point, right? So you know this other point is 2 centimeters away from this point at the base here. So the other coordinate will be here. And then we have this one is 2 centimeters up, 2 centimeters up, and then 1 centimeter this way. So off 1 point, I build the image of 1 point.
So I still get wrong with the operation.
Where again? Talk to me. Yes, I'll get one for you again now. Look, somebody learn you one day. All right. Right, what is it to label this one by? This one is A prime, right? So we have our next one to do for them. Right. A prime.
Still playing wrong.
You get? Well, why then problems with analysts? Tell me. Look up. We come here to win. We ain't come here to lose. Did you go 2 centimeters to the line? Realize at this point is 2 centimeters to reach the line, and then you had to go 2 centimeters away from the line? Did you do that? Huh?
Yeah, I did the wrong way.
When you say the wrong way, where went down? So sister, if you look at
Same thing.
right. So okay, get this. Let me talk big people talk, right? If you look in that mirror, you see a back. No. Dimitri, if you look in that mirror, you see a back.
No, unless I
You flip. So a reflection is also called a flip, right? You flip in the image. When you look at the mirror, you see yourself. You see your face. You don't see your back. So what Annalise showed me there is like she looking at the mirror and she seeing her back.
Unless I actually back ahead, you can.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's the reflection. So fix it quick. You boy need an eraser.
Androids and fun.
Oh. Translation, aka slide. Right? Let me slide it. 4. 4 is movement to the left or to the right. 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 Movement to the right. Movement to the right. Okay? So we're moving 4 to the right, so we're actually going to be right here. You're moving 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that -7, right? Means movement up or down? Down. Let's go 7 down. So what should we go in 7 down now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this bottom point going to be quite here. Right? Now, Annalise, this one is going to be facing the same direction. Right? Everybody agrees with that? This slide, because it's like you slide it to the right and then you slide it down. So it'll be looking the same way, right, Annalise? It's not a flip, it's a translation. So I can build it off at 1 point. So I know I'm going 2 centimeters this way. I know I'm going 2 centimeters up. And then 1 centimeter this way. So let me build it. Let me build it. So we're going boom. Hey, what's going on there? Boom. Bang. Isaiah, you catch me there?
Yeah.
Rez and Edwards.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. What we labeling this one? A double prime. Double prime. So that's my perfect translation. Fine for you all. All right, and a note on undefined. Note. A function is undefined when the denominator is equal to 0. Right? That is when a function is undefined. So if they want you to find the value of x, when f of x is undefined, that means that this denominator here is equal to 0 and solve.
Nobody on
Part one,
the
a
phone.
function is undefined. No, they just say when they want find the value of x when f of x is undefined. For f of x to be undefined, the denominator is equal to 0. So I'm simply going to put x plus 2, which is the denominator of f of x, is equal to. Can I solve this now and find x? What am I doing with this 2? 0 minus 2 would be equal to. So that's my 1 mark there. 1 mark in the bag.
I confused you.
We're confused with, tell me.
Not even a question. We
Yes, sir, I will not.
what is the find reference?
If what?
Yeah, I'm peanuts. Yeah, I'm shaking up. It's like
Say que go down.
Brother. Focus. Kyle, what's that? Huh?
Go down all the time.
Go down here.
Thanks.
Edwards, focus. You come here to play.
No, did you get my question?
What h your h is x squared plus 1, right? Let me write what h is. H of x was x squared plus 1, right? Right, we want to find g of a quarter. So this will be equal to, instead of putting x here, what are we going to be putting? 1 over 4. So it's going to be 4 by 1 over 4 minus 5. 4 multiplied by a quarter would be 1. 1 minus 5 would be? We have put negative 5. Negative 4. Everybody good here? Proper thing. Right? We move in. H of negative 3. Right? So instead of putting x squared, what squared am I going to put? What is x to this question? Negative 3 squared. What do I put next? Plus 1. Negative 3 squared is negative 3. Negative 3 squared would be negative 3 multiplied by negative 3. And negative by negative is a? 3 3s are? So this will be 9 plus 1, which will be equal to? Right? We good here? H of negative 3, right? This was g of a quarter. For the next one, right? Let me find f of 0 first. So we're going to find f of 0 first. Right? So watch it. F of 0 would be equal to 3 over, what do I place x with here? 0 plus 2. So this will be 3 over 2.
Yes.
This will be f of 0. So if I want to find f of 0, I could replace this with 3 over 2. So this is actually the same as finding f of 3 over 2. Everybody good there? So you see this x now? I'm going to replace it with 3 over. So it's going to be 3 over 2 plus 2. What do you get for the denominator there? 3.5 underneath. So 3 divided by 3.5 would be what? So it'll be 3 divided by 3.5, which will be flat 6.
6 over 7.
6, 7. All right, so this will be 6 over 7. Everybody good there? Stop the video. So for composite function, you want to put the second function into the first. The second function is h of x. So this h of x is going to take the place of x here. Everybody good there? And when you make that move now, that will give you gh of x. Let's go. Isaiah Edwards done spill the beans here, so let's go. Gh of x. You want to put the second function into the first, right? If you're looking at order here, h of x would be the second function, right? So this will be equal to 4, and instead of putting x, what do I put? X squared plus 2, not 2, 1. X squared plus 1, close bracket. And you have to put back the minus 5, right? So this will be 4 by, yeah. Because you see what did they highlight here? What did they bold? Simplest form. So 4 by x squared will be what? 4 by 1 is minus 5. So what's the last thing here? Boom. 4x squared minus 1. So this will be gh of x. Everybody good there? Are we good there? Last one. Yeah, this is the last one. Yeah, inverse. Watch. I put in g of x here. G of x is equal to 4x what? What was 4x minus 5? So before you can find g negative 1 of negative 2, find g negative 1 of x first. So find g negative 1 of x first. Okay? Find that first. These steps, I'll always work it out, right? There we go. Step 1. For those who never do functions before in their life. Step 1. Replace. Well, I'll just put the function with x, right? And still step 1. All right, we'll put replace x in the definition with y. What do I mean by the definition? I mean by whatever g of x is equal to, this x is going to be replaced with y, and then this function is going to be replaced with x, right? That's step 1. Step 2. Make y the subject. And then step 3, replace. So I've got an example here. For this one, it'll be g of x. Right? Replace y with inverse. Right? Which in this case will be g negative 1 of x. So that's right, in the inverse. Yeah, so with y. And let's put with, and then I'll go solid. With y. There's supposed to be y here. Let me follow these steps now. Some simple steps I have here, right? So replace the function with x, right? So I'm going to write over the question. The question was, well, the original function was g of x is equal to 4x minus 5, right? So replacing the function with x. So instead of writing g of x, I put x. Everybody do that? And then instead of putting x, what do I put? Y. How many people first line look like this? Nice. Right, let's go. 2. We're going to make y the subject. So what are we moving? If we had to make y the subject, what are we moving?
The 4.
No, we don't need to move the 4y. No. You have to move the 5 first. When you carry 5 here, what do you do with it?
Added.
No, minus changes to plus, right? Then last thing we want to make y the subject. So the last thing you move will be the 4. What do you do with the 4 when you carry there?
Divide.
5. Okay. Now the last thing I tell you to do is to what? Replace y with the inverse, right? So I'm just going to write it the next way around. Anyway, let me put so for those who can't see it. So you have x plus 5 over 4 is equal to g negative 1 of x. So I found the inverse of g of x there. Simple as that. Right? Now the next thing I need to do now is I need to find g negative 1 of negative 2, I believe it is. Was it negative 2?
Yeah.
Right. So instead of putting x plus 5, what do I put? Negative 2 plus 5 over 4. Negative 2 plus 5 is what? No. Negative 2 plus 5. 3 over 4. So this here will be g negative 1 of negative 2. Simple as that. So that was the end of our 4 questions, right? Now we'll do numbers 5 to 8 next week, right? In this same class. It will not be done tomorrow. Tomorrow we have different paper, okay? But we move in. We'll be doing all the past papers. We want to at least get the last 10 years done before January.